Peggy 18.
This season on Hardline.
We all know the Battlefield experience, we all love it, and we wanted to add our own touch to it, and that's the cops and criminals fantasy.
I think hardcore Battlefield fans are going to like the change of pace. We had the opportunity to speed up the multiplayer and slow down the single player and add a visceral stamp to it.
Hardline includes a lot of traditional Battlefield modes like Conquest and Team Deathmatch, but also we added 5 new game modes that all talk to the theme of cops and criminals.
We're tying a hostage.
We iterated through a lot of different modes. We did a lot of different play testing. We play test our game every day. I think they're gonna try a zip line from the roof, but we can cover it if we stay on this street.
I got that angle covered.
They're coming up here.
Price is down, price is down.
Oh, I'm down.
They had an extra player. It wasn't fair.
Legs go up in the air.
This is something different for the Battlefield franchise. I think it's going to add a new energy in a way that's going to surprise a lot of people.
We did that with a lot of the modes that we added in, like Heist and Rescue and Crosshair. And we did that with a lot of the gadgets we added in too.
Using grappling hooks and using zip lines to move around the space really quickly is one of my favorite things.
The zip line or the grapple hook really help us get around the map more. They help us get around the map faster. That adds to the gameplay, especially in maps like Downtown where you have a bunch of different heights and you want to get between them very quickly.
Building up spaces with lots of interesting opportunities for the player to move around and navigate and to find new ways to play and to leverage the new mechanics that we've been adding. So this is the projects area where we spend a lot of time teaching the player the mechanics of the game. You do your big stakeout right out here. It's your first opportunity to really use the scanner. What it allows the player to do is get up to a high vantage point and look around and tag enemies and zoom in on them, get an idea of what their position is, and even eavesdrop on them.
Tyson's through there. You got 5 minutes. All I need.
In Hardline, there's always a strategic choice in any mode that you're playing.
You're less inclined to run into a space and just start shooting. We've balanced the game to make it much more non-lethal.
This area up here is where we teach distraction. It's not necessarily a weapon, so you don't get a targeting reticle, so we have to do a lot of things to teach them where the actual distraction shell casing is going to go.
Nice.
These are the spawners for the guys, and this is a process that took a long time, figuring out exactly where your partner Kai would position herself so that the player knew to move forwards and exactly where to stand to separate and take down using the distract.
These really add to the fantasy of Hardline. They give a much more fight on the streets feeling to everything that's going on. And they also add to the strategy of the game because, again, using some of these non-lethal weapons can get you information that you couldn't have gotten otherwise.
It was an opportunity for us to move away from the shooting gallery that a lot of modern shooters have become and give players an opportunity to slow down and think about how they're going to approach a scenario.
You're going to be doing a lot of stuff in Hardline that you haven't done in Battlefield before, but I think it's going to be super cool and super fun, and it's going to feel a bit more street, it's going to feel a bit more downtown urban, but it's still going to feel Battlefield. Zach Wilson eats babies.
So Ben said I like to eat babies. That's hilarious because Ben looks like a giant baby.